All right. So again, my name is. Please, I'm asking everyone to mute because I hear some feedback. Thank you very much. My name is Rena Dubensky. I work at the Montgomery County Child Care Resource and Referral Center, and I'm glad that you are joining me this evening. I am going to share my PowerPoint and jump right in to our information session tonight. Please put your first name and your last name into the chat box. I will go ahead and get started. Again, please make sure that you are muted. So the 2021 Child Care Pandemic Relief Fund is what we are talking about tonight. These are appropriations from federal government, and MSDE has appropriated funds to be able to provide them to you in a grant. Please make sure that you are muted, that we don't get any feedback. Thank you. There's going to be a lot of people on tonight, and I want to make sure that everybody can hear. The presentation tonight is for sharing general information regarding this application process. It's not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations. Again, as I mentioned, if you want to contact myself or Paulina Alvarado to have some one-on-one guidance on application, please feel free to email us and we'll help you as much as we can. So in order to apply for this grant, your program must be open and you must have a child care verification of reopening form on file with your licensing specialist. If you were an EPIC site or an EPSA site, you do not need to submit this form. They already know. If you were open, if you were closed for March and April and you reopened in May, you probably submitted and they have on file your reopen verification form. I would, if you have it in your email, the confirmation from your licensing specialist, I would just tag it to make sure you have that. And if you want to contact your licensing specialist to make sure you have it, you can go ahead and do so, but you have to have one on file. If you are not open, on the MSDE website, there is a link for the opening form, and you need to do that, fill it out, and send it to your licensing specialist as soon as possible. You also need to make sure that you have a W-9 on file with the state. If you have received funding or a grant from the state recently, you should have. Farhana, can you please mute your microphone? Farhana, can you please mute your microphone? Sorry, folks. Okay. Okay, I think we should be able to hear me a little bit better now. All right, so the W-9. If you have children on child care scholarship, you will also have a W-9 on file. If you are not sure whether you have a W-9 on file, you can contact your licensing specialist. And go to the link here that's listed on the screen, fill a W-9 out and send it to your licensing specialist. But again, if you have child care scholarship and you or you have gotten funds from the state in another capacity, then they already will have one on file. Number 3, you need to have a COVID plan on file with MSDE. It must be a plan that was created by the Build a Plan tool on the MSDE website, which we will take a look at in a minute. It will be submitted from the website, and it will be cross-referenced by MSDE when you submit your grant application. There are no documents to upload with the application. All of the information that MSDE is asking for is either already on file or has to be sent directly to the licensing specialist, or in the case of the Build a Plan tool, has to be submitted so that they can cross-reference. So there's nothing that needs to be attached to the actual application. And then the 4th step is to complete the online application. There is a worksheet on the MSDE website. I would strongly suggest that you download that information so you have it in front of you and fill out the worksheet before you go ahead into the online application. Direct deposit. Now this is optional. You do not have to sign up for a direct deposit, but it is highly recommended and it will expedite your payment. So you go to the Maryland Government Accounting Division. The link for the direct deposit is on FAQ, which is on the MSDE website. You can just go there, fill out the form in its entirety, and request direct deposit. It will get your payment to you more quickly. You also want to use the worksheet. I just mentioned that. Very helpful. It is exactly like the application. These are some of the things that it will ask you for. Your provider ID number. That number is the number that you can find on your inspection, your licensing inspection report. You can also find it on, have subsidies, find it on there as well. You will need your license or your registration number if you're a family child care provider. You should know your enrollment, know your administrative costs, and your tuition amount. And then if you need additional assistance, you can email me, you can email Paulina, and we can certainly walk you through if you have any questions, answer them to the best of our ability. They send you to MSDE. There is a question link also on the website, depending on whether we know the answer or not. And then just keep in mind that the deadline for the application is March 3rd at 3 p.m. Applications will not be accepted after that time. So there was a question, and I'm going to address it right now in the chat box. There was a question about staying open. So one of the requirements is that your program is open through the month of June. What that means is closing your program and giving up your license. So it doesn't mean if you are going to close in the middle of June because that's when your program closes. It means that you're actually going to close your program and give up your license because you're not doing you're no longer doing childcare or you don't want to do childcare because of COVID-related reasons. Okay. Please, yes, I just had a question in the chat. Yes, please go ahead and submit your questions in the chat. That would be great. And we will definitely, hopefully, be able to address all of them once I finish going through other documents. So I'm going to share my screen again. We are going to go to the MSDE website. Okay. So is everybody seeing the grant application site? Give me a thumbs up. Somebody with their camera on. Yes? No? Okay, great. I see a thumb. Excellent. Okay. So put this down here. All right. So down at the bottom of the page, there are a number of icons, as you can see. Here is the worksheet that will help you prepare for the application, the online application. Here is the verification of reopening form. If you have not already done it, most programs, many programs at this point already are open and they have that form, they have submitted it. If you are not open, you need to submit the form to your licensing specialist. Here is the link for the IRS W-9 form, which we spoke about. You need to submit that, complete it, and submit it for your application in order to be qualified for the application. So let me just click on these. Hopefully it'll be there we go. So here's the verification of reopening. That will probably look very familiar to a lot of you. And as I mentioned, please keep the confirmation email from your licensing specialist. Once you submit this, then you receive a confirmation that you should receive confirmation from your licensing specialist that they have received your form. Okay. Close this one. Here, this is the direct deposit form. So I had pulled this up earlier. I just want everybody to see it. The link again is in the FAQ document, and it just will go right to the form, and you can see it. Oh. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to share. Let me get up the website again. Let's see. Sorry, folks, I'm just going to go back. For some reason, I closed the window on myself. I'm going to go back. Okay. Okay, we should be good to go. Okay, you should be able to see my screen again. And here is the IRS form. So you're going to put your name into the W-9 as you have it on your income tax return, your business name, if you have, if it's different than above, for family child care providers, that's common. Then you check off the box that describes your business, and you put your number, the rest of the information, and this form has to be sent to your licensing specialist. Again, if you don't know whether you have it on file, I would fill this out and send it to the licensing specialist. You may want to contact them before and see if they have it. Okay, here again. We are going to go back. Oh. I keep losing my place here. Okay. So, get back. Okay. So down here, you have the build a plan tool. You have questions for the build a plan, FAQs, which have changed 2 or 3 times since they posted this website. You received applications. This is a Excel spreadsheet, and you can click on the link, you can go to the spreadsheet, do Control F, and look up your license number. When you do Control F, you will get a box that you can type your license number into, and you click OK, and it will take you to your license number in the list if you have submitted your application, and you can see if it is on the list. There's listening session 1 and listening session 2 that Jen Nizer did MSDE, their MSDE listening sessions, and there are full of questions there if you want to listen to them. And then here is the application correction form. If you submit your grant application and you think you made a mistake, you can click on the application form and it will, I'll show you what it looks like. It will bring it up, and you're just going to fix the element that you think was incorrect in the first application. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it does have all of the questions, but again, you're just going to fix the information that you think you submitted incorrectly, or if you want to update information. Okay, so we are going to go into the application. It's taking a little bit of time to load. Okay, does everybody see the application on the website? Check my chat box. Can everybody see it says COVID-19 Child Care Relief Funds grant application? Just give me a thumbs up if you see it. Perfect, okay. So you're going to put the name of your family child care provider or your center. This is the name on your licensing or your registration, not your business name, the name on your registration. Put in your license number, your provider ID, which I mentioned you can find on your invoice, your scholarship invoices, or your licensing inspection. You're going to choose the type of program you are. Your address goes here, where your program is located. For us, most of us, it will be Montgomery County. where you want the payments to go, and then your number of license slots. So what it says on your license or your registration. Number of children enrolled in each of the different areas, age categories. And then the children no longer attending as of February 1st, 2021. Number of days closed to COVID-19. So this is the amount of time that you were closed specifically related to COVID. Somebody in your center, a staff member, a family member had a positive COVID test. You had to close your program for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That is what you put into this spot. It's not for closing from April. Let's say your program was closed from the start of the pandemic, March through August. That time period you were closed, that is not the information that they are looking for. They are looking for specific closures due to COVID. Are you providing full-time care to school-age students? Answer that. And then if you have kindergarten students that are fulfilling their compulsory education requirement, then you would put how many in here. Your tuition rates, and you need to break it down by regular, weekly rate, and daily. Your toddler rates, 2s, 3s, 4s. Your registration fee, if you charge one. If you don't, you put a 0. And then you're going to specify how you will use the grant. Now, you might have something that you've done that is not on this list. You need to attribute your spending to one of these categories. Here are your administrative costs. Now, we have heard that folks are having trouble with the rent, this rent dot right here. If you do not pay rent, you would put a 0. If the application does not take 0, then try a 1. It's important to know that you have to put something in each space. So let's say you go down here and you have no other costs, or you can only fill one line of other costs, then in these other lines, you need to put a 0. If you don't put a 0, then it's not going to take the application. Put something on each line. If you are having problems, we have heard that sometimes the system won't accept the application the first time, but try again, and it will, after 2 times, it will accept the application with the 0 or the 1 in the rent category. If you keep having problems, let us know. We'll try to walk you through the we can share our screen. Just give Paulina or I a call or email us. By checking this box, I agree to use the grant funds as indicated. You click on all of these. The funds need to be used by December 31st. Keep your receipts, and MSDE is asking that you keep your records for 5 years. Again, it says, I agree to remain open until at least June 30th, 2020. We discussed that. Type your full name and then you submit. Now, I am going to unshare and going to open up for questions. Okay, go to the chat box and make sure I'm going to unmute you all so you can. Okay. All right, let me take the questions from the beginning and then, okay, so Marina Davis, no, that's not the first one. Okay, so the first question is, Habiba, my daycare is open all the time. I never close and I still have no kids eligible. Am I eligible for this grant? You are eligible for this grant as long as you are open and operating. So even if you don't have children, you are eligible for this grant if you are open and operating. Okay, Neely says, I closed only during the county lockdown. So again, the closure that they are referring to in the application is if you close due to COVID. So if you contacted the health department and the health department told you that you need to close, that is the amount of time that you put into that blank. Okay. Marina Davis said, I didn't hear about who can apply. Anybody can apply if their program is open and operating. Okay, Michelle, we can talk offline. Let's see. You have to be reopened by March 3rd in order to be able to apply for this grant. Yes, if you receive child care scholarship funding, then you have a W-9 already on file. You need to do that for child care scholarship. And it is by direct deposit, yes. So if you have direct deposit set, okay. Sandra Sarkar, your ID number, your provider ID number will be on your licensing inspection. So just pull one of your licensing inspections out, look on it, and that is where you can find your provider ID. Everyone needs to have a W-9 filled out in order to be eligible for this grant. Question about a PAU. This is an information session and MSDE does not give PAUs for information sessions. So you will not be getting a PAU for this session. However, if you want to join us for a chat, we have them every week and they are eligible for PAU. So Vladimir asks, I submit a build a plan, but I never got a confirmation. What shall I do? So the build a plan tool sends you when you complete the plan, it sends you an email, and it could be that it went to spam. It also could be that you not actually completed. So I would go in and check. Check your email first. If you cannot find the confirmation from the build a plan tool, I would go ahead and do it again. Okay, question about the 95% complete. That's okay. As long as you got a confirmation email that you have a build a plan tool, then you're good to go. By the way, in the build a plan tool, there's a number of questions that you need to click on and answer. Maybe we'll go there in a minute. And the last one says submit, and you have to click on answer. It might be a little confusing for folks. So remember, if you did not get a confirmation, I would do your build a plan tool again. Another thing I want to mention about the build a plan tool, some people have asked, I already have a plan. I sent it out to my parents. Can't I use that? And the answer is no. You must build a plan tool through the MSDE website. That's the only way that you're going to be able to qualify for this grant. They have to cross-check and make sure that that you have one on file with MSDE. Okay, so Rebecca asked, please clarify the number of days closed. Does that include days closed before reopening or only days closed by the health department? Yes, only days closed by the health department. Only days closed with regard to somebody who tested positive for COVID or you had to close school, and it has to be a full closure. You had to have closed school or the program for because of somebody was ill. Okay. Rebecca, if you're still here, go ahead and unmute and ask your question about licensed flats.
Where the question was the number of licensed slots, but what we're licensed for under COVID is different from than what we're normally licensed for, right? In other words, they put restrictions right on the number of kids per class. So are you talking about what's on our actual license that applies when it's not COVID?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Can your funds be used for rent? So again, for what you're going to use your COVID funds for, it has to fall into one of the categories in number 6 on the worksheet. So you need to make sure, because if they audit your program and ask what you use the funds for, you need to be able to say that it was in one of these categories. Okay, your cost of decreased enrollment, cost of reduced capacity, cost of temporary closures, your fixed cost. So your fixed cost would be rent. So again, your mortgage is a fixed cost. Okay, Georgina, what information is needed for the school? That's a great question. And I want to go into the school, but let me answer a couple more of these questions. So, Hila, on the application, they're asking for salary. Is that for myself, for my employee, or myself? Both. So if you pay yourself, if you're a family child care provider and you pay a co-provider, then it's the salaries, both you and the co-provider. The funds have to be used by December 31st. There are 31 days in December, right? Yes. So by the end of December. Okay, Josephine asked, do we have to submit Maryland's child care COVID-19 Build-A-Plan tool together with the application? Great question. You can submit your application for the grant before you do a Build-A-Plan tool. However, you must have a Build-A-Plan tool, a COVID plan that you did via the Build-A-Plan tool on file in order to get a grant. So you can go home after this session, you can go get your application, but don't forget to do your Build-A-Plan tool very soon after that. Get the application tonight and tomorrow do the tool so that it is on file.
Rina, I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, I already done my Build-A-Plan. I already got approved and they send it for PDF. So I still have to fill in the RS form, W9. I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Hi, Josephine. This is Paulina Alvarado.
Hi, Miss Paulina. How are you?
Very good. I don't know what happened to Rina, but in the meantime, I can answer your question. So you said that you completed your build a plan.
Yes, I completed and they sent a proof already to me, PDF. So,
Perfect. You save that in your computer as a record that you completed it. You share that in the future with your families, okay? And that's it. You don't have to upload, you don't have to do anything in the meantime, because when your application online goes through, they're going to cross-reference your application that, and also with you completing that plan. So the plan is for you to keep, to share with your families in the future, not to upload, not to give to any of the licensing specialists, or it's not part of uploading anything in the application to get this grant.
Okay. And how about W-9? Do I have to fill in the form and submit to them?
The W-9, you only submit it if you have not done in the past. For example, if you have received any money from the state, that means you have completed that W-9 form in the past. If you got the 800 from the reopening for cleaning supplies, if you get your Maryland credential check, if you get subsidy checks, that means you already have done your W-9 form.
Okay, sounds good. I don't have to do anything, this means.
No, the only thing that is required for everyone as an option, it is if you wanted to get your check direct deposit. And that you need to complete the form for direct deposit. It does not mean that you have to do it. It means simply, I want my money sooner than later.
Okay, the form that we fill in, the release form that we fill in, they ask for the bank account numbers. So if I already put it in, this means I don't have to submit anymore.
If you already have receiving your money direct deposit, that means it's done. You don't need to do it again.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Miss Paulina.
Hi, Paulina. This is Millie. I have one question. Hi, Paulina. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, I have one question. Do I get like apply grant before and get some grant before, right? So I can still apply this one?
Absolutely. Everyone can apply to this one, even if you had previously received any kind of grant.
Okay, so I don't need to fill the FAQ. That's direct deposit FAQ one.
You mean the reason for you to only complete and send PO box is you need to mail the application of the direct deposit if you want.
Yes.
Your money to be direct deposit to your account instead of being in the mail. Now, if you are already getting money that you are receiving from the state direct deposit, that means you have it. You don't have to do it again.
Okay. I put a bank account that time so they can do direct deposit.
You can do direct deposit, yes.
Yes. And then build a plan, we just make a plan and we keep it. We don't have to send anywhere.
No, once you submit it, you submit, and it's a very simple, as Rina showed you, you are just doing check marks for whatever is applicable to you. Okay. And when you complete it and you see that it's 90%, 95%, 97% completed, you submit it, and then you're going to get an email with an attachment, the PDF form that will confirm, here is your COVID plan.
Okay. Okay.
Any other question?
So I can sorry, one more. So I need to, everyone need to fill the W-9 to submit the licensing lady, right?
Everyone needs to meet what?
A W-9 form and submit to license lady.
If you have not done it in the past, you do need to do the W-9. If you are getting, did you get the $800 reopening and the $1,200 afterwards?
The $800 I get it for the Excel
You
program.
have a W-9.
I don't have to, so I don't need to do it.
No, because for you to be able to get the money, they're going to ask you for a W-9. That will initiate the 1099 that you all are getting to pay taxes on the money that you receive. So you had to have a W-9.
But I
Okay,
didn't do taxes this year.
Correct. Yes.
I didn't do tax this year yet.
Yeah, don't worry, you will have to do them soon. Yes, Connie Carranza.
Thank you.
Hi, Paulina, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good, thanks. So I did my build a plan like the day after I fill out my application, and I just realized that it asked me for my program name, and I put the name I use as the business, but I know in the application I put my name because my license is under my name. So now, how are they gonna cross-reference my plan with my application? I don't know if I need somebody to help me to be able to connect the two.
Rina, you're back. Welcome.
Yes, I got kicked out. I don't know what happened.
So to answer that question, it's two possible answers, and Rina can correct me. Okay. One is that you send an email specifically with that question that is one of the icons in the website.
Okay. Okay.
Or you can redo it under your name.
Okay.
You can build a plan as many as you want to.
Okay. Okay, I can submit it again.
Do another one with your name.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that just to be safe then.
So I want to take, I know Rebecca, you have your hand up. Go ahead and ask your question, and then I'm going to go into the tools for that. Question?
Several people are asking about the age ranges in number 9 on the worksheet. It says they want us to give the number of children in each age range as of February 1st. Does that mean the age they are now as of February 1st, or the age they were at September 1st? In other words, they're in a 4-year-old class, but they've turned 5. Do they want the 5 or do they want the 4?
I would put the age as of.
I'm sorry, you broke up. You would put the age as of?
As of February 1st, 2021.
So if a bunch of 4-year-olds have turned 5, we should say that's what we should put.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's go into Paulina. Can people hear me?
I can hear you fine. Yes.
Okay, great. So I want to go into the tool because I know there were questions there. Hopefully it's still here. Yep. Okay. And folks, if you can mute, that would be super duper. All right. This is the tool. Can you see this on my screen? Yes. It says got 15 minutes. Great. Thanks, Paulina. Okay. I have to go in here. Here's where you put your program name, decide what you are, the jurisdiction, your email address of your program contact. So let's do little ducklings. I'm a child center. I'm in Montgomery County. And okay. All right, so I'm not going to go into these because the plan takes about 40 minutes after I did it. There are a number of questions, but it is very friendly and it asks you everything. And you can basically follow each check or you uncheck square, and at the end are going to have your and it will take you to the email that you put in the plan. So again, you're start to open up each of these questions, and it prompts you with information. So it's user friendly. Once, whoops. Uh-oh, going again. Okay. Okay. Okay, so each of these answer boxes will open up a section that is listed there. Answer all of the questions in the section, and then make sure that finalize. I mentioned before, when I first did it, I did not do the final where it says complete. I didn't click the enter button. It told me that it was 90 something. Really needs to answer in order to finalize, and then it will allow you to submit. Okay. Any questions? I'm going to any questions. Okay, so Arjumand asked, when will I get confirmation of your build plan? I did my build plan and my confirmation came the next morning. So if you have done your build plan and you haven't gotten a confirmation in your email within 48 hours, I would check your spam. Maybe it went there. Okay, I do not have, because I got kicked out, I don't have a chat, a full chat, Paulina. Are there other questions in the chat? Or does anybody want to ask a question, open mic and ask a question?
So there, go ahead.
Hello, hi, Miss Paulina. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah. I have a question. I received a grant previously. That's where I submit my paper for the direct deposit. Do I have to do it again, or I should be good?
You should be good for the direct deposit.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So there are some questions in the chat, if I may read them.
Yep.
So for all the new providers that have received their registration and they don't have in the website an inspection report that they can download, you did get an inspection report to be able to receive your registration. Therefore, you have that report, and in there, you are going to be able to see your number of provider ID number. It's right above your registration number if you're a provider, a family childcare provider, okay? And if you had already done the W-9 form, you don't need to do it again. Those were the questions that I see mostly.
Okay, somebody else, Martha has a question. Go ahead, Martha.
Okay, so I got the ECEI from Montgomery County grant. So does that mean like they had my direct deposit, they had my W-9?
That's a great question. So that is from the county. So you want direct deposit from the to go and to the state.
Well, the direct deposit's on the application, right? I mean, there's that form you showed us before, right?
Yes.
That you can do from the website.
Yes.
So that's not the issue, but in terms of like, you know, my verification to reopen, my W-9, all that was done, I think, to reopen in August. So I'm not quite sure if I still need to do that, make sure my I guess I can just check with my licensing specialist to make sure she has you know?
Yes.
And the vendor thing is, I guess, is where I got the direct deposit from before.
Right. So if you signed up as a vendor already, you're good to go.
Oh, I am. So even though that was through Montgomery County, it's still state. Okay.
Yeah. But if you have a question about the W-9, we just heard today from licensing. If you have a question, err on the side of sending in another W-9 to your licensing specialist to make sure they have it on file. Can everybody hear me okay?
Pick up a little bit. Okay.
I am. Okay. Any other questions? Marina?
You're in mute, Marina. You're muted. There.
Can you explain me the number 8 in the application?
Yes. So
because I'm not sure how I'm gonna distribute the age of the children. My license is for infants, but in the application mentioned the two ages is 2 years to 4 years and 5 years old and older. So how am I gonna distribute or just allocate 8.
So what you want to do is take the average that you have throughout the year. So you typically had 4 infants, and you just you're going to put that number.
And like for 2 through 2, can distribute the other 4, 2 and 2. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Marina, were you able to unmute? Do you have a question? Do you want to put your question in the chat, Marina, and we can try to get to it? Georgina asked, how much is this grant for? I don't know if you answered that, Paulina, while I got kicked off. Okay, so the amounts are between $2,400 and $60,000. We don't know how much money you will get. Personally, there are a lot of factors that are going into determining the grant amounts for individuals and programs. So we can't give you any more information about that.
So can I ask a question about question 12?
Question 12.
Yeah, question 12 is providing full-time care to school-age students. For me, I only provide after-school care in virtual learning. So
that
did I think I'm qualified to apply?
So that question is for some folks during a pandemic opened to school-age children to help them do their actual daily school work and help them do virtual learning. So that's what that question is asking. If you did that, if you had school-age children come into your childcare and you were helping them with their virtual learning, then yes, you can answer that question.
This is full-time care. So for me, I just provided the after-school care.
Then no.
Then I must, I think, am I qualified that?
If you have school children only for aftercare, you're not qualified for that question. You have to say no.
I say no. So so did I still qualify this application for this guideline?
Yes, you're still qualified. Gloria, do you have a family child care?
Yeah.
So if you are open and operating, you're qualified for this program. You're open right now.
Okay.
If you don't have any kids, that doesn't matter. You're still open and operating.
Okay, thank you.
Irina, I have one question. The number 8, you just give me the answer, but I couldn't hear you clearly. So number of license slots. So what I need to do, like birth to 8, like I have 2 infants. I have a license for 2 infants, and then 2 and up is like 6 more. I have 8 kids license, home family child care.
So you would put in that slot birth to 24 months, put 2, and for
2 to 4.
Put the other.
How many numbers I put here? 2 to 4 and 5 to 5 and old.
If you have 5-year-olds and older, then you put however many kids you have that are 5 in there.
Can do like 5 and 1 is okay. Doesn't matter the number.
Yes.
Okay, because it's like sometimes kids are coming 5-year-old, 2, 3, or sometimes like a 2 to 4 is like less or more. So.
Okay. Do the best you can. You have 8 children.
Yeah.
Right? So you just split them as best you can in those 3 categories.
No, I don't have 8 children right now, but like I have a license is 8. I have only 4 children now.
Okay. So what I'm saying is your
my license is like, yeah, just 8, and then infants 2, and then I need to divide for the 2 to 5 year between, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let's go into
more question. How I do I need to be like my what is that called, the weekly rate? Do I need to be divide for the daily, and then what is the non-traditional 7 to 6 per week, 7 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah, so some child professionals care for children overnight and
Sorry.
on the weekends.
Sorry, I don't hear you clearly.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, the like overnight. This is overnight.
Correct.
70. Oh, so this is 0. It means 0.
Yes.
Right. And then like the full time and the daily. I need to write daily also. Daily. If I give like a weekly rate, I need to do daily also.
Yes.
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 Oh, I need to be weekly and divided by daily. 1 day.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. So all traditional 7 p.m. to the night one, I need to write 0, right?
Right.
Not, and then what is the not applicable? I need to do not applicable or 0, 0.
So for not applicable,
yeah,
you would put if you want to collect tuition for that particular group.
Number 18 or like 18. The last it says like not applicable, non-traditional.
Right. So if you don't have any school age, then that's you're not going to have any race for that. So that's not applicable.
Okay.
Okay, there's a question
so much
about the problem. Can you qualify for employment? Employment, you are not working. Your program is not open or operated. Because if you're open or operated, then you're going to be accepting children and not collecting unemployment. So that will not apply for this grant. Any other questions?
I'm sorry, Rena, can you just say again if the number of days refers to your whole program had to have closed, not just a class in quarantine? That has to be the entire program. Is that correct?
That is the information that we got. Yes, it needs to be the full program.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
There's Mariam has a question. Mariam, do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question?
ahead, Mariam, ask your question.
Yes. So I think I already got the answer. It's just to make sure that I was not even closed because we're open for essential employees. So just want to make sure we can apply.
Arena, you are saying that you were open all along?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. You can apply. And you do
Okay.
not need a opening form. You have been open, and that's already been taken care of.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a question, Ms. Paulina. How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm Habiba. Ms. Paulina, since I have no kids except my daughter, and I have no tuition, so what do I need to put there? So like zero or what? Because I have no tuition, I have nothing, so no income.
Okay, so you have no income, but you have in your taxes. You look at your taxes and look at your Schedule C. In your Schedule C, you will have your net profit or your net gain, and that divided by 12 to get your tuition. I mean your salary.
Okay, so Miss Paulina, so since because my license is a qualified for 8 kids, so since I have no kids except my own daughter and she is an infant, so of course I'm not charging, she's my own daughter. So for that, if I put okay, if I pull a house and my salary will be that much, so then I have to put that much salary for it, or if I have say okay, I have no salary, nothing, just put zero.
No, you have to put something in there.
Okay, because I did not put anything, I just put zero, I don't know, did it correctly or not, because I mean, I have no income, so I'm open for having no kids.
Yes, but in the past, how much money in your, again, go back to your last...
I did not get anything since I have a license the last 2 years. I have no kids at all, no income at all.
In the past 2 years, you have not had any enrollment?
No.
Okay, then yes, zero.
Okay, yeah, that's what I put zero, because I have no enrollment. Since I'm open, when the pandemic start, and I fill up the form for open the, so I never get any kids.
Okay.
I have no income.
Okay. Thank you, Habiba. Habiba, if you have additional questions, please feel free to email Paulina or myself. It is now 8:03.
Honestly, I do bother Miss Paulina a lot.
That's fine. That is what we are here for. Bother us all that you want. But it is 8:03.
I bother a lot all the time. I emailing her or asking questions.
Okay.
I'm bothering her a lot.
Let's take a couple more questions, 2 more questions, and then we are going to call it a night. And you can contact us via our email. I'll put them in the chat box again. Marina, you can find the application on the Maryland MSDE Early Childhood website under the COVID Funds Grant. Okay, one more question.
Hello? Hello?
Yes?
Yeah, I have a question. The application is asking for regular full-time weekly rate per week. Since I got my license, I didn't get any kids. What should I put it on there? For application, like asking for regular full-time weekly rate per week. Right. Since I don't have any kids.
If you had somebody come, what would be your weekly rate?
Your voice was breaking down. I couldn't hear it. Can you repeat it again, please? Can I hear?
Okay, can you say that again, please, louder?
I said the application asking for regular full-time weekly rate per week. Since I don't have any kids, what should I put on the spot?
Oh, but you know how much you charge, right?
Oh, I have to put those charges?
Absolutely. Even if you don't have children,
okay.
they're asking you about your enrollment.
Okay, because I did it, but then I asked someone who said that that is wrong. You don't have kids, zero, and I always
No,
submit one with.
if they ask you for your tuition, you need to put that cost. How much do you charge? If you put zero, are you doing it for free?
Thank you so much. And the other question asking for food. The food is for the kids asking or for
the food for the children, of course.
Whatever
okay.
you,
The program is for the child care.
Since I don't have a kids, that's why I don't know how much I'm going to spend. Like since I don't have any kids right now.
No, it's not how much you're going to spend. It's how much you have spent already. So it's zero.
Okay, just put zero. Okay.
Okay. Again, please, I just put my email and Paulina's email in the chat box. Please give us a call. This is what we are here for, and we will work with you. We will answer your questions to the best of our ability. Please contact us. We are going to sign off. Thank you so much. Please apply. And
can you answer one more question, please? After you're done, only one, please.
Go ahead, Marcy. Go ahead.
So, since I got my license, I didn't get the kids. I don't have any income since, but only the beginning of the year, the unemployment was pay me. How can I put it my salary in there? How much? How can I do that?
Marcy, you collect unemployment. Are you collecting unemployment now?
No, not now. Since the past 4 months when the grant came, I cut off that, cancel that.
But currently your program is open.
No, I'm open, but I don't have any kids.
Okay, so we're going to do the best we can. You're going to put your tuition for how much you charge. If you had a kid coming to you, what would you charge? That's the amount that you're going to put in. And then in question 17, you're going to just, if you don't, you didn't pay yourself a salary, utilities, it's the cost during COVID.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Paulina.
You're very welcome.
I probably call you one more time.
Thank you so much, Miss Paulina.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Rina, and thank you, Ms. Paulina.
Thank you so much for attending.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your help.
Bye. Good night.
I appreciate it.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Good night.
Bye.
One.